Yellow, everybody. Mr. 901 Tommy Jackson, official maestro of content here with a huge news today. I mean, we've got news falling every which way but loose. We've got blog posts left and right. The first things first, we're going to go over this brand new horror team and this event, if you know what I mean, because we've got a bunch popping up. Some of it's popping up as early as tomorrow. Then we've got some stuff coming through Friday. We've got all types of stuff to talk about today, so we're going to jump right into it. But if you haven't already done it, don't miss out on any Looney Tunes World of Mayhem news. Make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button on the #1 spot, the #1 channel for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem information and news. And bang that old bell so that you can always be notified of a new video or a new live stream, because we've been streaming on YouTube lately. And without further ado, let's jump over to all these blog posts of Mayhem. All right, so here we go. First things first, we're going to go over a couple of the events, and then we're going to hop over kind of halfway in between, show you this horror team, and then hop back and show you what the events are all about. So the first things first, we're at the Halloween Spooktacular blog post. If you want to take a look at this, it is at the official website for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. So Halloween Spooktacular, our Halloween event, is rising from the grave soon. It's bringing new tunes, a new team, and a whole bunch of activities for players of all levels to enjoy. First things first is Rise from the Grave. That's going to start, as this video is recorded, tomorrow, 10/14, and run through November 1st. Unlocks at level 6. I'm really happy to see that. It allows, anybody who just picked up the game to hop right in. And this is what it's about right here. In the dead of the night, under the dim glow of the blood moon, Ralph Wolf emerges from his coffin, ready to snack on some sheep. Be afraid, but not too afraid, of this horrifying vampire Ralph. Check out the limited time Ghostly Graves quest in the event quest tab, where you can earn enough tune pieces to unlock Vampire Ralph by accomplishing various goals around the world of Mayhem, such as stealing and opening crates, leveling and tuning up tunes, spinning wheels, and spinning energy, etc. Unlocking at level 6, this will be a great way to unlock one of the classic spooky tunes. So, with this new horror team, and we'll see here in just a moment that there are some rearranging of tune classifications, some themes, if you will. And Vampire Ralph is one of those. What I like about this is it's going to be its own quest line of stuff that it looks like we're doing in the game anyway. And it's allowing players at an early level to at least get a piece of this team early on. So I like this. And of course, when this comes out, we'll be live. We'll be doing a live stream, going over the different event quests, and we'll reserve judgment until then. But just on face value, I really do like the fact that gives us something extra to do. And if you're just starting the game, this is going to give you a chance at a pretty good tune here and a part of this horror team. So the next thing we got to go over is Trick or Treat. And that is also starting tomorrow, 10/14 to 10/22. Unlocks at level 40. Now, for those new players that I was just talking to, do not be discouraged. It's actually pretty easy to get to level 40 in about 2 days. You just simply run through as much of the main basic campaign as possible, go back through and auto win those things. When you come back to the main screen, you're going to notice that you're gaining several levels at a time. So it's not that difficult. I know it's just tomorrow, but we've got from 10/14 to 10/22. So if you need to get to level 40, you now know what to do and you won't be left out. You'll be able to partake in this Trick or Treat campaign. It wouldn't be Halloween without some candy. A new campaign will allow you to go trick-or-treating with your favorite team. I like the sounds of that. To collect pieces of candy and exchange them for a chance of spooky rewards, including pieces of our brand new characters, Zombie Sam and Mummy Ralph. The event details are as follows. Play through the Trick or Treat campaign for candy. Completing the campaign will earn you 240 pieces of candy, and each repeat stage will have a chance of dropping more. Use candy on the event candy exchange in the event store. for a chance at 300 Zombie Sam pieces, 100 Mummy Ralph pieces, Great Cosmic Stones, and more. So similar to other legendary exchanges, I would guess. I don't know for sure, and again, we'll be live when this hits, so we'll know then. But just looking at it, it looks like it's going to be similar to other legendary exchanges where we do have a chance at 300 Zombie Sam pieces, but this is a new one where we've got a chance to totally unlock Mummy Ralph as well. Opening the candy exchange will complete quests to earn extra rewards, including Mummy Ralph and Zombie Sam character pieces. So there is another way to obtain those pieces. Collecting candy will also earn you points on the Candy Tourney leaderboard. The top prize is a Cosmic Star 7 for Zombie Sam and Mummy Ralph. So for all the upper echelon players, Kraken Kings and Well Lords out there, that is a tasty treat for you right there. 7 stars on 2 characters that you'll see here in a minute. Look pretty good. All right, so the new horror team. This is what this is pretty much centered around here, with it being Halloween. We got this new horror team with 2 brand new tunes rising from the grave this Halloween. We're also putting together a new horror team, bringing together the spookiest characters in Looney Tunes World of Mayhem in an all-new hair-raising and tune-raising team. So the team is this. We've got Zombie Sam, who's a legendary, Mummy Ralph, Vampire Ralph, who is moving from fiends to horror, Monster Foghorn, who's moving from fiends to horror, Dr. Dogstein, who's moving from masterminds to horror, and Dr. Frankenbeans, moving from masterminds to horror. Now, just in my personal account playthrough and all that goodness, no disparaging of characters whatsoever, but I never used Monster Foghorn or Dr. Dogstein, and as much as I wanted to use Dr. Frankenbeans, I just never really had a reason. Now I do. I like to see that they are part of this team, and if you noticed, a lot of the sneak peek footage that we put on this channel had Dr. Frankenbeans, Vampire Ralph, Mummy Ralph, and Zombie Sam. I don't know if that's going to be the final team or not, but has some interesting things I think we can do with this team. It's going to be cool. So while we're talking about this team, let's jump over real quick and look at their skill set. So the new horror team with the brand new tunes rising from the grave this Halloween, we're also putting together a horror team. And we saw the team just a second ago, but there's some cool details about this, and we're going to go over those. For this team, death is so yesterday, and they don't understand what all the fuss is about. They found a way of weaponizing it, so expect a team that will constantly be returning from the grave and gaining more bonuses each time they do so. One of these bonuses is a ton of lifesteal. Seriously, every tune can apply it or receive it in some way for some crazy sustain. With Mummy Ralph's and Zombie Sam's high damage, adding lifesteal to that can be a potent combination. On top of their consistent revives and lifesteal, keep an eye out for Zombie Sam's skill Relentless Dead, which makes the horror team a killer in arena. Lastly, check out Zombie Sam's leadership skill. It speaks for itself. Most of these tunes really didn't match well with their respective themes, instead synergizing with the monster race. Considering this and the sheer thematic match with the horror theme, they removed and got buffs to their kits. So let's go over those real quick. Monster Foghorn, Lightning Struck now deals extra critical chance and damage. Deal an undodgeable 140% damage to target enemy with 100% lifesteal. This attack has plus 50% critical chance and plus 50% critical damage. Also, guys, while we're going over this, keep an eye on all this crit chance and damage as we go through each one of these kits. Body's Guard now grants Monster Foghorn some defense up. Whenever an ally's health falls below 35%, gain taunt and 2 defense up for 2 turns, granting this tune and that ally sure critical. Let's move to Vampire Ralph. Snack now scales the amount of stolen stat ups. Deal 110% damage to target enemy, stealing 3 stat up. Bloodlust now also applies tenacity down to enemies and grants debuff resistance up to horror team members. So you're literally just flipping things, right? Deal 100% damage to all enemies, inflicting each with 3 tenacity down, for 2 turns. Grant each horror team member 3 debuff resistance up. So your tenacity down over there, debuff resistance up on your side. Mostly Immortal just had its wording slightly updated. Once per battle, when this tune falls below 50% health, gain hidden and 3 overtime for 2 turns. All right, so Dr. Frankenbeans. Now, this was the one I was most curious about of how this was going to work. Oust the Intruder now buffs all allies' attacks and grants horror team members critical chance. Grant all allies plus 50% attack up until the end of their next turn, and plus 10% speed for the rest of the battle if they are monsters. Grant horror team members sure critical as well. Now, this first part here, I'm going to say is what I would like to call a sideways nerf. Because before, I believe it was either the or the 2 highest attackers. One or the other, and you can correct me in the comments on that. But it was 100%. Now it's across all allies at 50%. I could see some usefulness to that, but I think the extra speed here for the rest of the battle and the sure critical is really where it's kind of its saving grace because of the way I think this team will work. Mad Science now heals the Doctor himself for each monster ally. This tune heals for 10% max health at the start of its turn for each monster ally on the team. While this tune is in battle, monster allies heal for 10% max health at the start of their turn. Now, whenever I can get some passive healing out of anyone, I am all for it. So looking forward to seeing how that works actually in the game. And It's Alive now grants speed up and hidden if reviving a horror tune. Revive a random ally at 50% max health. It becomes a monster for the rest of the battle. If the ally is a horror tune, grant it 3 speed up and hidden. So as they're reviving, they've got a chance to come right back. Now on to Dr. Dogstein. Call of the Lightning now also grants speed up to Dr. Dogstein. Deals an undodgeable 110% damage to target enemy, gaining 3 speed up for 2 turns. Ground Shaking Science now also flips enemies' buffs. Deals 95% damage to all enemies, flipping 2 buffs on each, and inflicting stun on a random ally. And Anatomical Knowledge now also heals horror team members. Cleanse 4 debuffs for each team member, granting sure critical. Heal horror team members for 95% heal power. Now, just my first instinct, I'm probably going to be trying out Dr. Frankenbeans, Vampire Ralph or Ralph the Vampire, and then our new 2 horror tunes, which we'll go over now. But I don't know. I've got all of these tunes unlocked. I haven't played with the others a whole lot, so I'll maybe mix and matching and see which combination I like the best. But let's go to Zombie Sam. This guy may be a keeper right here. All right, so Legendary Defender, Dog, Horror. His health is 11K, 11,401. And we got a lot of questions like, why is his health so much? Once we go over the kit, you'll understand that a little bit more. But his kit is bonkers. A Helping Hand. This is his basic attack. Deal 120% damage to target enemy. This has plus 40% chance to be a critical hit. Remember I said keep an eye on all that critical we were talking about. Passive skill, Insane in the Vein. Insane in the Vein! At the start of this tune's turn, it gains a brainless counter. When the tune reaches 5 brainless counters, it loses all counters and 30% of its health, gaining 50% extra attack for the rest of the battle. So I am really going to want to see how that acts in the game. I actually think this is pretty cool right here because you're giving it an instant way to get a heck of a lot of attack. And we'll see here in a minute that it will have some counter chance. Plus there's criticals. I really want to see how that meshes in the game. Aim for the Head is his second special attack. Gain taunt and 2 counter chance up, attacking the target enemy for 150% damage. Then we've got another passive, Dog of the Dead. The first time this tune is revived, it gains Sturdy, which I think we've all found out how valuable that can be in situations. And horror team members gain 30% lifesteal for as long as this tune's in battle. So what you'll see a lot with this, from what I'm looking at, is that his health is chonky because you're going to want this guy to be, if you're doing bad in a battle, this is the last guy you want to be able to die, because he's basically self-sustaining the rest of the team for you in one way or another. All right, the next one is Brain Drain. Inflict 2 to 3 speed down on target enemy, then heal for 18% max HP and remove all brainless counters from this tune. Now, if by some chance you did not want that Dog of the Dead, or not Dog of the Dead, but the actual in vain passive to not hit on that 5th, you've got an option here. And the 2 to 3 speed down, you know, is always welcome. Whenever you can inflict speed down and slow that team down, I mean, it's a turn-based game. So whenever I can see some speed down, I'm loving it. Now let's go to a mode-specific passive, which is the first time we've seen that wording. We've seen other passives in this similar vein, like for war, for defense. But first time we've seen this wording. In Arena, horror team members have 100% resistance to silence for the first 3 turns of battle. When a horror team member attacks an enemy and their attack is dodged, remove all dodge chance up and sure dodge from that enemy. So it looks like with this one passive, we've got a weapon against some silence, and it looks like we may have another anti-dodge tool in our toolkit. I am loving that. All right, so then we've got the leadership skill, and I hope you're sitting down for this one, folks. While this tune is in battle, the first time each horror team member is defeated and isn't the last team member in battle, they are revived with 60% health, gain 3 critical chance up and 3 critical damage up for the rest of the battle. Remember I said his health was chonky, and there was a reason, because this is the guy that you want hanging around, because as long as you've got him, it looks like you may always have a chance. All right, let's move to Mummy Ralph. Very cool design on Mummy Ralph. Given the artists and devs who came up with this a big round of applause, because I really do like this Mummy tune. All right, so I think his stats are pretty in line with what we've seen with other attackers. 2,700 for an attack. His basic is called Wrapped Up. Gain 2 critical chance up for 2 turns and deal 95% damage to target enemy. Remember, I said pay attention to all this critical. His passive, Eternally Bound, once per battle, whenever this tune falls below 50% max health, it curses the enemy with the most health. While that enemy is in battle, whenever this tune is defeated, this tune is revived with 70% max health at the start of the cursed enemy's turn. Whoa. I can see all types of use case scenarios for that. I will definitely be looking forward to testing that out once he's in game. And then, Natron shower, Natron shower, Nacho shower. I don't know what it's called. You can let me know in the comments down below, but it's other special attack. Grant 2 speed up for 2 turns to all team members with critical chance up or sure critical, and 2 heal over time for 2 turns to all hidden team members and gain 55% turn meter. So again, that critical is going to be flying all over the place anyway. And if you've got critical on your attackers, then you're probably going to want to get them to be able to attack sooner rather than later. Then we've got another passive skill, Lasting Heart. Whenever any tune is defeated, all horror team members gain critical chance up and critical damage up for the rest of the battle. See, right there, bada boom, bada bing, Robert is your father's brother. And Call from the Beyond is his last special attack. Deal 90% damage to all enemies with 50% lifesteal, and this attack can be a critical. Let me know what you think, guys, about this horror team in the comments below. I'm excited about it. I really am. Let's hop back over to the rest of the event blog post. All right, so here we go here. Awaken the Dead. The night comes and the moon is high. On the night, 2 great undead powers collide. All right, It's a little weak rhyme, but we get it. We get it. From the tombs descends Mummy Ralph, and from the grave rises Zombie Sam. So the event details, this is going to start on Friday, 10:15 to 10:19. Unlock level at level 40. I told you guys earlier how you could get there pretty easily. And there are 2 campaigns in this, Awaken the Dead campaign and Undead Army campaign. There is a Nowhere to Run quest line, nowhere to run to, baby, and event tournament, 2 wheels, and we'll talk about those. And here are the featured tunes. Mummy Ralph, of course, is the new tune we just talked about, and Zombie Sam. Al Franken, aka Alchemist Frankenbeans, Dr. Frankenbeans, Mummy Ralph, Gothamer, Phantom Lake Pooh, as I affectionately call him, Ralph the Vampire, and Countess Penelope Battle Pass. Check out this channel because we will have a video coming out very, very soon about that Battle Pass. And here are the campaigns. We're going to play through Awaken the Dead campaign to complete quest to unlock Mummy Ralph. This campaign also drops mummy headdresses, so there's our MacGuffin alert right there, mummy headdresses, that can be exchanged in the event store. Other rewards will include featured tune pieces and tune-up materials to power up Mummy Ralph. Use Mummy Ralph and other featured tunes in the An Undead Army campaign to win tune pieces and a cosmic 5-star for Zombie Sam. The campaign also drops tombstones, our second MacGuffin, which can be used on the tombstone wheel for even more guaranteed Zombie Sam's pieces. So here are our event exchanges. We get 14 Mummy Ralph pieces for 300 headdresses, or we can get 81 Alchemist Frankenbeans pieces, 83 Dr. Frankenbeans, 83 Gothamer, 154 Phantom Le Pew, 154 Vampire the Valve, yeah, Vampire Ralph, 360 Monster Foghorn pieces, 360 Dogstein, 35 Ultimate XP potions, or you can obtain Mummy Ralph pieces with 10 Crest of Mayhem or 100 battle badges. Now, here's the wheels. There's a mummy wheel, which you use golden tickets for, and there's a chance at 500 to 1,000 Mummy Ralphs. Or the tombstone wheel, where you're going to use the tombstones for guaranteed Zombie Sam pieces and a chance at 1,000 Zombie Sam pieces. So I'm going to guess, and this is simply a guess here, I would take it that this is going to be similar to most of our legendary wheels here. And this is going to be similar to most of our campaigns that wheels that we've seen with these new tunes. Of course, there are the event quest as usual, where you're going to be able to get Undead Walk, the Undead Walk title from the Undead Army campaign, and you will be able to get Mummy Ralph pieces. The Nowhere to Run quest line was where you can power up Mummy Ralph to complete the Nowhere to Run quests and earn Cosmic Stars, golden tickets, and more. And I've seen the mention of golden tickets all through this, including through the milestones. So there are chances at those as well. And you can see here at the bottom, they do have it broken down for the different milestones. You'll start getting Mummy Ralph pieces at milestone 4, as well as golden tickets at that point. And it does go all the way up to milestone 8. And, you know, Halloween and October looks like it's a place to be in World of Mayhem, if you ask me. And that's what we've got for you today. An all-new horror team. Events everywhere. One starting tomorrow. We'll be live at twitch.tv/Mr901 Tommy Jacks tomorrow. And we'll be right back here on YouTube Friday. And until then, guys, I think you know what to do. That's right. Stay loony! And we're going to catch you down the spooky road.